Hey YouTube, this is Matt with 731 Woodworks. I want to show you my DeWalt DWS779 sliding compound miter saw. I bought this about 6 months ago, so I've used it quite a bit. Probably been about 7, 8 months ago now. I've used it a lot. It's one of my most used tools in the shop. It has performed flawlessly so far. The only thing I've had to do is I've tightened the blade a couple of times. It would start spinning, but I think it just wasn't tightened enough. Other than that, this is in the lockdown position. I think it weighs about 70 pounds, 67, 68 pounds. This model was about, I want to say $450, but I did have a $50 off coupon. The DWS780, from what I could gather and everything I read, the only difference is the 780 has the laser that projects the laser on the bottom. So I don't carry this around job site to job site. It stays here, but so far it's done good. So I don't have to wag it around, what I'm saying, so I don't have to worry about the weight. The blade guard moves, as you can see, out of your way as you slide it down. These fences move. They're accurate too. Out of the box, it cuts square. Everything was square. I can't ask for more than that. It's got a 15 amp motor, 3,800 RPMs, 12-inch blade. Give you some. It can miter 60 degrees to the right and 50 to the left. So this actually has 60 on the. I'll bring you a closer look in just a second, but it's got 60 down there, and we got 50 on the other way. I think it has 10 positive stops, which means when you slide it, it locks without you having to actually lock it in place. You can lock it at any degree though. So if you want to go to 10 degrees, even though there's not a positive stop there, if you lock it down, it's not going to move. The bevel, dual bevel, just a little twist knob back there. You twist. It goes 45 this way. You can go 45 this way. It's pretty cool. You just lock it back down tight. It also has some positive stops over here. You can flip over. Around here, you flip this little down. That's your depth stop. So you can actually make dado cuts with it. Just moving the workpiece back and forth. What else you want to know? I mean, look, it can cut a 2x16 at 90 degrees, and it can cut a 2x12 at 45 degrees, if you need to know that. I almost bought a 10-inch, and I'm so glad I went with a 12-inch. Many, many times I've been able to slide this dude out right there and go back in. That is a lot of cutting capacity right there. Out here, it doesn't have any give. So right to left, it's solid. And there's a little lever back here, you just flip it down. That keeps it in place. It's a really great saw for the money. I had always wanted a miter saw. I read a bunch of reviews online. Ultimately went with this one because it was so close to the 780, and the 780 has excellent reviews. And so I wouldn't give this anything less than a 9 out of 10 so far. It's awesome. I really enjoy using it, and like I said, I use it a lot. Take a closer look at it here. So this is your miter gauge. You can see, the arrow, red arrow tells you where you're at. So if you want to go to 10, you get it on 10, lock it in place, and then you've got it right there. It's this is stainless steel. There's a print. Their numbers are printed on there somehow, but it's not. It doesn't feel like a sticker like it's gonna come off. And then there's the fences that slide back here either side. You push this button. This locks it down for travel. This locks it from sliding. The dust control back there, hook a shot back up to it, which is what I had. It just fell off. It works okay. That's probably one of the only downsides to it. You can see all this fine dust up here. You know, it is just not pulling in this vent back here. One thing I would love to see is a soft start. This thing, when it starts, it's going to be loud. I'll do it for you. but when you pull the trigger, it pretty much, it jumps. So you can't actually get close to your workpiece and pull the trigger. It'll jump down into it. You hold it up here, start it, let the blade spin up, and then you come down. So watch this. You see it jump up. It's got a powerful motor on it, really does. Coming around to this side, you can see the depth stop there. You can adjust it with this screw. Undo that wing nut, move this up or down, screw it in. You get a lower cut, screw it out, you get a higher cut. And then you lock it in place with that. There's the knob you can turn to make a bevel left or right. All in all, this is the original blade. So, I mean, it still cuts really good. So, I think it's a good value. I mean, the DeWalt blade has done good for me. I'm only cutting soft woods though, so that may be a deal breaker. It has a belt-driven motor. I think that's what makes it a little stouter than the rest. It's all in all, is a great saw. I can't think of anything else that need to be added to this. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask, and I'll gladly answer anything I can for you. One thing I'll mention about it is up here, it doesn't have a switch that you have to push with your thumb or keep your finger on. It's, you know, you can ambidextrous, use either hand, you pull the trigger and it starts. It doesn't, the zero clearance plate doesn't come with it. I would like to get one. This dust chute, it's just rubber. So I actually flipped it over so that it would pull in more dust, because it kept, when you turn the vacuum on, this would just suck closed. So I flipped that up so I could get more in there. This scale back here is easy to read. This scale down here is definitely easy to read. It does have some adjustments, so you can actually adjust this if you needed to. It was dead on when I got it, so I didn't have to worry about that. The only thing I would caution you on is if you're going to bevel, or whatever you call this when you move it to the side, that fence, yeah. So be careful. You can really do some damage. You'll damage that blade and probably tear that fence up, since this is just aluminum. Slide it back, and you got plenty of clearance. Plenty of clearance that way. You just have to make sure you slide that fence back, because if you don't, you're fixing to mess up. And I'm sure you'll notice as soon as it hits that fence. So just kind of keep that in mind when you're doing your bevels. I've done some trim work with this. Built a lot of furniture with it. You can look at my Instagram page on 731 Woodworks. About a month in to woodworking, maybe 2 months, I bought this. So about, I don't know, 10 or 15 posts in, I started working with this instead of a circular saw, which is what I was using. So this is such a great tool for me. I can't say enough good things about it. If you have any questions, like I said, I'd be happy to answer any of them. And this is my old homemade stand here. I need to get a real stand. This is what's working for me. So if you have any questions, just holler at me. It might be shaky, but I want to give you a really close-up look at this saw that way, because I don't believe I could find any when I was looking for it. So here's your blade guard. As you let it down, it moves automatically up to stay out of your way. Dust chute down here. You can see what I was talking about when I said I had to flip it up. There's your depth stop. It's just plastic, but it works. Back here's your dust extraction. There's the turn knob. It comes with a wrench. There's also that piece on the ground. I forgot about it. It just goes here. It helps hold your workpiece down. Here's your stops for your bevels if you wanted to create a stop. You can see, I don't know if you can see it or not, a lot of little chunks down in there that get cut-offs that fall in there. This piece flips up, allows you to slide it. It slides so smooth. It really does slide smooth. Like I said, you pull it out here, I'm pushing on it, you don't see any give. There's no give, there's no flex. I don't have any problems with that. This is the storage button. You push that down, push the button, and it goes and, locks it down. All in all, it's a great saw. Here's your miters, really clear. Go to 60 this way. It's one of the only saws I found that would go to 60 in one direction. And that's as far as it goes. You can't make it go any further. I think it's bumping out back there. Here's that trigger. And my pencil marks. I'm holding a pencil at the same time. But you can see it's just you just pull it to go. Like I said, if you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to try to answer them for you. That's the DeWalt DWS779.